Episode 10, and we begin by completing Phase 3. I did manage to complete all of the setups of the conveyor belts, so getting everything done was pretty simple. Well, it was as simple as just kind of waiting long enough, so, you know.
Yeah. So now you're on Phase 4. Do you have all the stuff ready for it?
Oh, absolutely. No, we're going to go do aluminum right now. Of which, before we start that, I do want to say that I have now set up a little bit of radio tower-age, as you can tell. So I can see what I'm missing here, because at this point in time, I'm very close to getting the maximum level of conveyor belt, so we can really start ramping up production for pretty much everything, since there's not really too much else to go for upgrades right now. At least as soon as I get that. But aside from that, radio towers have also been set up in a bunch of different places, as you can see. There's the old disc covering problem to make sure that I cover as much ground as possible. And I have it all marked off where I'm going to be putting pretty much everything.
I like how precisely you've laid those out. Like,
well,
that really looks like
it's easier than you might think, because you can just type the coordinates in right here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, like, for example, 0, 0. And there it is.
Oh, so 0, 0 completely off the map.
No, that's inside of the bamboo forest, which you can probably guess as to why I haven't been in there just yet.
Is that the place where you get the bauxite for the aluminum?
Well, that's the place where I die a lot. I mean, that and the swamp area, which, if I scroll over here, you can see some remnants of perhaps other exploration missions.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I didn't really want to go in there. Besides, most of the hard drives and whatever that you would end up getting would be requiring, like, supercomputers and turbo motors and stuff like that, so didn't really want to go in there until I had the materials kind of required to fully loot it.
It's the forest that makes you die.
Yes, we did a very extensive... Oh, come on now. We did a very extensive review of Old. Yes, that's right. We're still on that bit. Before the episode started.
I actually saw the movie.
Yeah, and we did the entire review. I don't know if you want to do it again, but, like... Yeah, the floor is yours?
I guess. I mean, do people... Are we worried about spoiling the movie?
Yes. Look, I already stopped one episode because we spoiled too much of, like, other games.
Okay, so I'll there's a minor spoiler. The beach makes you old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the first thing. And the second thing is they explore the consequences of aging in this psychological thriller.
You're just reading the Wikipedia entry right now.
That isn't...
I will not... I will end the episode again 3 minutes after we started.
Yeah, you would never do something like that.
No, I've never done something like that before.
But yeah, no, it was serviceable. It was not... It was stupid in a lot of ways, as I expected it to be, but it wasn't, like, a terrible movie. I'm just, like... They really, really harp on that premise, though. Like,
that surprises me. I was thinking that was going to be the start, and that maybe, you know, occasionally over the course of the movie they would refer to it, because, you know, it's...
Like, there are other elements of the, you know, the beach that makes you old.
The beach that makes you old.
No, it's pretty much just the beach that makes you old. I mean, there's one other, like, element of it, but it felt kind of rushed and arbitrary anyway.
It felt kind of like they didn't have an ending for the beach that makes you old.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was, again, serviceable, but yeah, really, like, it's just, like, I don't know, I feel like I really wasted my time watching that, and I regret that I started this bit and required myself to watch it, but it wasn't...
You did not require anything. That bit was not even included in the previous episode, unless you want me to, because I haven't rendered it yet.
Okay, well, I mean, I'd be fine with that. I think I did a better job with that film than, that's script than they did, maybe.
Really? Are you telling me the professional screenwriter did a better job with Old than you did making up Oiled over the course of 20 minutes?
Well, I mean, it definitely would need a couple of drafts before I'd be willing to pitch it, but it wasn't, like, it wasn't terrible. I mean, like...
Wasn't it?
I mean, Guthrie is an inspired name choice.
Yes. Ollie Guthrie, well, one of the children. I suppose I wouldn't really call him the youngest. We already established that was Daniel. Do you want to go through the entire premise of that?
I don't remember anything that I said other than.
Do you want me to go through the entire premise of Oiled?
No, I think that would be.
I'll do it.
Bad. I think that would be below our standards.
So we start out with some sweeping shots of a pristine beach, while all along the watchtower plays. But then, slowly, the camera pans over to the right, showing a 40-gallon barrel of crude oil spilling out slightly onto the beach as that sound effect that plays during the trailers, boom, plays.
Yeah.
And then up on screen, it turns completely white, and in a surprisingly small version of the font, it only takes up maybe like 20% of the screen. It says in Helvetica, just standard Helvetica, Oiled. And also there is a very, very faint image of Jerry Seinfeld in the background. Jerry Seinfeld, of course, being J.D. Ollie, the main character. Well, not really the main character, but
Yeah.
He's the father in the family. It's very faint, and it also looks like it is just a basic headshot of him, smiling.
Yeah, and
so anyway, we cut into a halcyon family day in the Ollie household, where what they're doing is they're having breakfast, but also discussing their upcoming vacation. You see, Jack D. Ollie, otherwise known as Jolly or Dolly, is a petroleum scientist. He is searching for any sort of way that he can manage to make oil into more oil. And as such, he has been working extremely hard. He's also a very dour, serious man. He's the sort of guy that, he gets happy, but he never smiles. Like that?
Mm-hmm.
And then his wife, Carol, also a chemist in the same way, has been starting a bit of friction in the family because she has been turning a little bit more to the environmental side, which has resulted in, Jolly, who is very, very much into the whole oil thing, getting at least somewhat upset at her. Honestly, though, family's still doing great with their, 17 children, I believe you said.
I think it was like 7 or... I was thinking like Brady Bunch, like 8.
All I remember is Daniel, who was the youngest child, and Guthrie Ollie.
Yeah, there's definitely, Avery was definitely there.
Okay, well, anyway, and then the 13 other children are also going to be going on an all-expenses-paid vacation to the pristine beach scene in the opening.
Oil expenses paid.
Yes, but we didn't.
Okay.
The oil's not there now.
Okay.
Anyway, as it turns out, Jolly also has an ulterior motive when it comes to trying to go into that pristine beach. As it turns out that there is an ancient oil-worshipping cult that does not come up anywhere else in the movie, but you add it in there anyway for some reason.
I didn't even remember that.
Oh, you don't? Well, anyway, there was also a government experiment to try and, using high-emission radiation, to try and turn 1 barrel of oil into 100 barrels of oil. The exact thing that Jolly wants to do.
No, it was 1,000, and it was 1,000% increase. That's what I remember. That's how percentages and quantities work. Just a minor thing, but you're basically, you got it.
Anyway, on the way to the beach, they noticed that for some reason their car, despite just stopping at the recent petrol station, has seemingly run out of gas. How could that happen? But still, they do not let that deter their great vacation, appearing on the beach and doing all kinds of classic beach activities. They throw around like a beach ball and they're building sandcastles. You didn't really go into too much detail. I don't really know what else to say.
They actually do that in Old. There's a lot of things that you're describing that actually do happen in Old. I can now say. Great.
So they engage in beach time activities in the beach that makes you old. Good.
Also, the parents actually do have a lot of marital strife.
Yeah, is that because one of them has decided to become a hardcore environmentalist while the other one is still dedicated to trying to make 1 barrel of oil into 1,000 barrels of oil?
No.
Good, because that was your premise.
Yeah. So I think I'm in the clear copyright-wise. Mine is a distinct work.
Well, anyway, Jolly happens to disappear after just a couple hours on the beach, presumably to go and find the government site or maybe the oil worshipping cult. I don't really know. You didn't really talk about that too much. And then Jerry Seinfeld, who once again does play J.D. Ollie, as he's out of the movie for most of it at this point.
What's the deal with my screen time?
Not much. I guess you couldn't pay him that much. I don't know. It's weird because you would think you would want to check in on him, finding the government. Whatever. Anyway.
Well,
they're packing up on the beach and going back to their, I don't know, cabin, 5-star hotel. You also did not really explain that either.
Sorry, they paid Jerry Seinfeld peanuts for the role, which was adding insult to injury because he hates peanuts.
And he hates the comic strip too. Anyway, so from there, it's just like they're preparing to go back, but then they realize that for some time now, the youngest child, Daniel Ollie, also known as Dolly for some reason, has been missing. How exactly? Why? Well, nobody paid too much attention at first, but now they're trying to leave and they still can't find him. It's become very apparent that something is wrong. And so they go on a search, searching everywhere that they possibly can for this small child. And they eventually find him. Deep in the water, right off the coast. They find their son. Unfortunately, he has been turned into a sentient blob of petroleum.
He's been oiled.
Yes, oil. But...
And
they realize at this point in time that not only is he still alive and somehow still their son, I don't really know how they would recognize that a sentient blob of oil is their son, but, well, here we are. He is still unable to speak and stuck in this form. And also, as it turns out, the oil is getting extremely old extremely fast. This was a thing that you threw in there.
I didn't even remember that part.
Yeah, it's like decaying because it's getting so old so quickly. So now it's a matter. It's a race against time to try and save Daniel, as they realize too that the other children are also turning into blobs of oil.
Oh no! By the way, sorry.
You made the. What do you mean? Oh no! You're the one that made.
No, just a style note. So we were talking about how the title card was like Helvetica. I kind of want to
Helvetica in a surprisingly small font compared to the position it has on screen.
Okay, so that can still happen, but I think when they discover that Danny has been has turned into oil, and I guess Danny is what they just call him, affectionately.
You made this story up. I'm just retelling it.
I understand, but so when they find him, they say you've been oiled, and then there's like a really fancy title card that comes up. And
okay, fine. Oiled. Then it comes up in I don't know, one of the weird cursive fonts.
By the way, can you put the railway on struts, so that it's, or is it always hewing to the ground like this? Okay, I was just curious. Yeah, that would make sense.
I mean, it actually fits very nicely on the foundation stuff, which I'm actually going to be using right here to try and get it a little bit farther through the swamp since I'm doing the whole, aluminum thing. Anyway, so the kids transforming into oil. Carol, frightened but also determined to save her children, has using her own incredible chemistry abilities, is attempting to create what you refer to as Oil 9, a reference to the Kurt Vonnegut novel Cat's Cradle.
Yeah, she's seen reading Cat's Cradle at one point just to show that we're literate. We're not just stealing it. We are aware of the references we're making.
Yes, anyway, what it does is it causes oil to become invincible and immortal. Actually, no, just immortal, I think, is what she said. Mm-hmm. But it also causes it to no longer be reactive and cannot be used as fuel past that point.
Yeah, Oil 9 is it's not aging rapidly. It's no longer aging. It arrests.
It's no longer aging at all because it's become immortal.
Well, it stopped being volatile, and so you can't burn it for fuel anymore.
Hence it stops aging. I mean, basically, just turned into plastic. It's just plastic. Anyway, so from here, she's already start trials, but as it turns out, Guthrie A child who, up to this point, has actually been quite ecstatic about the whole oil thing. He loves oil, adores it, and has wanted to turn into oil since he noticed that happened to Daniel in the first place. Tries to sabotage the entire plan, but instead gets injected with the prototype version of it, which turns him into a human again.
So he can never be oil.
So he can never be oil. This enrages him and causes him to become, pretty much despondent for the rest of the movie.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, I feel like we'd give him like an ending eventually, like an arc where he
I'm getting to it. I'm getting to the ending you gave me.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, the testing continues and Oil 9 is perfected, administered to each one of the children, and they continue to be, unable to speak blobs, but they do have like psychic abilities, so they can talk to each other that way.
Yeah, oil. That's part of the oil process. Is that? And I mean, I want to be clear. That's also true for oil now.
The oil curse, or disease
or blessing,
or something that they've been put under. It's really not clear. Anyway, hey, what's JD Ollie doing during this? I don't know.
What's the deal with where's my character at?
Where's my character at? What are they doing? Anything. Give me anything right now. I'm sorry, Mr. Seinfeld. You get nothing in this movie. Anyway, so each one of the kids gets administered that. They become immortal, but, also psychic oil. And pretty much it's okay. I guess it's kind of okay. However, at this point in time, Dolly reappears. And upon seeing that I guess upon seeing the kids, he's probably like concerned with that. I don't know. You didn't really make that clear. But he also becomes enraged learning that apparently this infectious form of oil 9, is now set to be unleashed upon the world.
Mm-hmm. And by the way,
and so what he does is he murders his entire family.
Oh my God!
This is your plot.
And yet, is it worse than oil?
Why are you surprised?
I am surprised at some of the choices that I made, having seen Old, and
yeah.
But the reason the father does that is because he understands that oil 9 will turn ordinary oil.
Yes, it's an infectious sort of thing. It causes all oil to become non-volatile.
Yes. And he's stopping that. I think there's
yes, he's stopping that by preventing his children from getting back to the mainland by murdering them all.
But they're immortal. How would that work?
I don't know. This is your movie. What do you mean? How does that work?
I'm trying to work it out for myself. Like, I didn't.
You over a half hour. I listened to you explain the premise of this movie. Why are you going back on it now?
Well, I'm listening to it and I'm like, well, this was the first draft.
This is your movie. Anyway, upon murdering all the children, except I guess Guthrie, because he takes Guthrie back to the mainland, but as it turns out, Guthrie actually kept one of the samples of oil 9 because he was so despondent at not being able to be turned into oil, and he infects the rest of the oil in the world. Also, the curse spreads to the rest of the world too at the same time, which seems sort of like putting a hat on a hat, so that the rest of the world is also turning into oil people. And that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and also Jerry Seinfeld learns that maybe his wife was right and environmentalism is good and whatever.
Yeah, and I think the implication with Guthrie is
what do you mean you think the implication? You wrote this movie.
Death of the author.
You're still alive, unless you're not.
I mean, this might have killed me, the effort of making this
I want to remind you, I just recapped the movie you told me. I did not add anything extra to that. I guess I added like the initial family scene at the home.
Where they play All Along the Watchtower, which is a nice touch.
Oh yeah, I did the All Along Watchtower. That is a Doc Firebird original.
I like it because there must be some kind of way out of there. It's great for a movie where that's the whole thing that they're trying to do.
I know, because you made it.
No, I mean, I didn't do that touch. That was yours. I mean, I was like...
That's my one contribution to the movie.
Yeah, like you remember in Watchmen when they do that the first scene is what is it? You like, come gather around and admit the times they're changing.
Is this the worst episode of anything we've ever done?
I mean, we did the original. Like, I stumbled through this for like half an hour, so this is probably
Yeah, that was like a good 10-minute recap, I suppose. Is that acceptable?
I think it was. I mean, it's 3 times better. Like
3 times better. By the way, since we just did that, I am not going to keep oiled in the original episode. And instead, what I'm going to do is this episode is going to be called Oiled. The beach that makes you old and oiled. The beach that makes you oil and old.
Old oiled.
You put that in there. By the way, did we ever get any sort of like what happened to Jolly as he was going into the high radiation emission government lab and everything? No explanation at all.
See this lab? It's a government lab.
I'm so oiled.
So, I think with the
we have not talked about Satisfactory at all in this entire episode.
So
I think you asked something about like I don't even remember at the beginning, and that's it.
I think with Jolly, what it would be kind of like like a dark mirror of Indiana Jones. Like it would be like he's on an exploration mission into this ancient oil.
I did not know that we were going to continue going on this path.
I'm just like wrapping up some loose ends because I think it's a pretty good movie. Otherwise, just that wouldn't be a big
made it.
I don't have. That's not my responsibility.
It is literally your responsibility. Who did you pass it off to? Me?
The devil for putting these thoughts in my head.
This is the life I lead now, by the way, audience.
These wicked thoughts.
I chose to bring him on this series.
This wicked game you play.
Because I want to make it... look, I recapped it, but I want to make it clear that I was not the one that came up to that movie.
Yeah, I mean, and it is so probably painstaking to listen to that original audio. So props to you for doing that, because, I think it took,
give me props for that. I deserve it.
I think you were probably, props just like a movie. We're back in the movie space. So I think...
We never left. Look around. We're still here.
Look around. So I think you probably did. It probably took me about 40 minutes to describe. Like it was really long. Like that just. I was like.
I remember at the end. Then you were just like, "Wait, maybe I don't want to kill the children." Yeah. And I'm like, "Yeah."
Well then.
Actually, I do want to extend this out a little bit more.
This bit.
No.
Okay, I guess I'll just keep talking.
The monorail.
I thought we would kind of. Past usefulness, but I guess if you're saying we got to continue, then okay.
I mean, what are you gonna not continue? Even if I say that,
the thing is, there's a scene where the father wants to kill all the children.
Yes, that's the climax of the movie.
And then he happens to hear.
Okay, I do want to make that clear. That is the climax of the movie. Oh shit.
He's about to kill them all, and then he hears,
Daniel,
treat your children well.
Susan, Carol, Guthrie,
treat your children well. The parents' help must slowly go by, and don't kill them all.
By the way, now that you watch that movie, oh shit, again, did They Might Be Giants Older appear in the film?
No, I haven't heard that, so I can't comment. But
it's a good track, but I feel like it's so apropos.
They, by the way, they do a thing where they reference the guy who's like the doc. No, I can't talk about him too much. But there's a doctor who continually talks about. Oh, there was a movie with was it Marlon Brando and Jack Nicholson, and he keeps
the Island of Dr. Moreau.
No, I think it was some kind of like western in Missouri or something, like the southern or western Missouri or something.
Because I know Brando was in that one.
Yeah,
and also it's about like a dumb premise.
Wait. So you know one of the actors is involved with it. You said Mutiny on the Bounty.
The
Which
what?
one did you say? Which one did you say?
Island of Dr. Moreau.
Oh, okay.
The furry movie.
No, I didn't know that.
Shit, fuck.
Damn, you're getting wrecked.
Yeah, the super cats are super cats for good reason. Why do you think I had so many cargo crates over here?
Forget it, Jake. It's Blight Town.
Yeah, okay, but yeah. But like, yes, though.
It is, yeah.
I gotta get out now.
There must be some kind of way out of there. Said
the Joker to the
5.
thief. Oh, by the way, one of the other things I did get hard drive scanning. So that's why I've gotten actually... speaking of which, I should do that right now. I even grabbed a couple hard drives at the beginning of the episode to see if I can't get some more stuff for getting the aluminium type of production a little bit easier. I can still hear cats, by the way.
The family, I think they're going to be established to be, at least the wife and mother is going to be established to be from New Zealand, so they actually call it petrol.
Their last name is Ollie already. Wait, where's the hard drive? Oh, it's this one right here. Which I think I actually have the stuff for. I think this one requires heat sinks, if I'm not wrong. Yep. Now let's try not... just... No. Yes. Anyway, okay. So what were we talking about here? Oh, yeah, oiled. Mm-hmm. So, you do realize that it's just like... You did kill all of the children and everything in the movie, and then cause the apocalypse, and you're like... that might be a little bit too harsh.
Yeah, well, first of all, I think that might be why I decided later to preserve Guthrie, like not to kill him.
Okay, well, are we like continuing to do this movie at this point?
Well, the other thing is,
was that not the entire thing? I just went through an entire movie synopsis.
Yeah, no, I'm just kind of recovering from it. That's all. It's like it's not. No, I think we're done.
Recover from me recapping the movie you made.
Well, it was really stupid. I mean, I'm sorry.
I feel like, how can you, why are you putting this on me? Why is this my fault now?
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just realizing how stupid I am. I'm like, this is like a troubling revelation.
Real eye-opener.
Yeah.
Haven't you has said before that it's just like you only watch episodes on my channel that you're on?
Yeah, well, and
I feel like this wouldn't be that much of a revelation then.
I only and always watch the ones that I'm on because I have a healthy self-regard.
Yes.
Healthy in the same way that you would say that somebody who's overweight is healthy. And it's like I'm a healthy...
You got a healthy appetite sort of thing.
Yes, exactly. You look healthy.
Healthy as in like robust, not as in like of good condition.
Also, I'm not punching down. I'm actually overweight.
Yeah, so am I. So it's just like I think you're among friends and among us.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And they say "Among Us" in that song, don't they? That's what you.
That's just that's the jingle that plays when you call a meeting.
Oh.
Well, okay. It's the trap remix of the jingle that plays when you call a meeting.
Well, I don't remember what that sound is, but I would hear it. But if I heard it once, I'd know what it is. Also, why are you in this? Are you being attacked or are you being poisoned? I can't tell.
No, one, it's both, and two, I could hear a spider, a cat making landfall directly next to me, behind me there when I took damage.
Oh, okay.
So I got caught up in the shockwave. I gotta go get like more health or something. Just something, anything right now, really.
By the way, how active is do you know how active like the development is on Satisfactory?
Next update's actually coming out Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Update 8 coming into experimental.
Yeah, I was looking at the Steam updates, and I'm like, they haven't updated anything since December. But then I went on Reddit, and it looks like they were.
Actually, if you check like the official Coffee Stain YouTube page, they got the community manager guy Jace has been making updates like pretty much constantly. So
Okay.
well, that's a pretty cool dude. Apparently quitting the company though at the end of July, striking out on his own. Kind of unfortunate in some ways, but at the same time, did a good job. So, I'm not going to say no.
Shout out to Jace, who I had never heard of until like 5 minutes.
You should have been watching. You should have been watching the YouTube updates for Satisfactory.
No, I absolutely refuse to do that.
They're pretty good. Okay,
I refuse
anyway.
to learn anything for these videos. It's not, no offense. It's just I feel like I've got to be a fresh eyes.
I only add my own knowledge that I make up, as we've established.
Yeah. Like even
See if I can't find some more hard drives while I'm waiting for the cat situation to die down.
I mean, are you gonna go in with like a weapons blaring?
Actually, that's a good thing to do. I don't have weapons right now. I'm still using the basic one because I want to save that for, actually doing it on camera here.
I feel like this is a good time maybe to go for the weapons.
I'm still using the little zappy rod.
Yeah, I mean, I'm using that on my new file where I've been playing like 3 hours or something.
And I have everything unlocked. I can make gun right now.
I would say that the spiders are easily the most annoying, like, enemy.
Absolutely. They're also just like the most difficult. The super. I think they're just called like a poison crawler or something like that.
Oh,
the green cat.
Do they actually poison you and reduce your health?
They do.
Over time?
When they jump, they'll unleash a huge cloud of poison around them.
When they shoot you, it's gonna hurt. Yeah.
That too, because they can spit poison at you as well. So can the other cats. Not the orange ones, though. Not the Garfields. They're, annoying, but more manageable.
They mostly just see you as a Monday, and they don't,
Yeah, and that's why they mob in on you.
They're upset, but what are you gonna do? It's a Monday.
Garfield doesn't even work. Why does he care about Mondays?
I've heard like a kind of a sweet theory. It's because John goes to work, but then I also
he's a cartoonist. He has his easel set up in the attic.
Yeah, that's so maybe just doesn't want to see John go, but that doesn't really make sense because maybe he's got business he attends to on Monday. Maybe he leaves. I don't know. I don't think there's a way to salvage this very sweet theory.
Oh, by the way, I never actually even mentioned this. I did also set up. This is probably going to be where I end up going with the whole trying to harvest every resource here. Uh-huh. As you can see, if I go and okay, let's just turn off everything else so that you can actually see what I'm talking about. You can see that I have like a bunch of train stations set up around this entire area.
Yep.
And that provides power to each one of like the mining units and everything. And pretty much the plan is going to be that I'm going to have elsewhere, either I'm thinking the trains actually picking up stuff and bringing it to like a centralized area for drones to take, or I'm going to have a bunch of like the tractors and trucks do that because they gather resources pretty quickly. But they have to drive on land, so it's kind of a difficult thing to actually get them too far. However, if they're just getting it back into like a pooling area and then having the drones take it back, that might work.
So do you have trains running right now at all?
I do. There's only one train running. The plan is to eventually have this take caterium, nitrogen gas, and some mysterious fourth thing. But since I don't have nitrogen gas just yet, I only have caterium here, of which I actually have plenty of right now from the node over here, so I'm not it's just kind of like sitting in here.
Given that spiders are cats, is caterium made from spider blood?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I want to say that is 100%. But yeah, I have this like going around, but it's not even really doing too much. I also have this called outer pickup because I'm thinking I might also want, you can see with the amount of resources that are around here, I might also want like an inner loop going through here, just to gather, just to make sure that I have electric supply to all of the inner nodes as well as the outer ones. Probably not going to be as relevant for other areas, but yeah, that's currently what we're looking at.
So you're using compacted coal?
Yes. As of right now, most of the things that I am powering stuff with uses compacted coal. Not just for the operation of vehicles, which is, currently what I'm doing. I can even go over here right now. But I'm also using that to create turbo fuel, which is mostly what is powering the actual factory right now. Not super great, but hey.
Is compacted coal is coal plus sulfur, right?
Yes. It's and you need to use a hard drive to get it in the molecular analysis machine, but I think it's a worthwhile one to get.
Okay.
A much more efficient alternative for coal. And if you're already making it, well, it's pretty easy to just instead start making turbo fuel. And I also got an alternate recipe because, I did the whole hard drive scanning thing so that I now have it set up for turbo heavy fuel. Goes directly from heavy oil residue into turbo fuel, of which, oh boy, I might want to drain this right now, given that it seems pretty full.
Drain the wizard.
No. Oh. Anyway, what do we got? Here we go, baby. I want sloppy alumina. This is alumina that is created more efficiently, but the problem is that it does not create silica at the same time. So you can't use that to refine aluminum. Honestly, find that more obnoxious than just making my own silica. Because I have to make sure that it doesn't overload the system so it stops producing stuff.
So how is this different from the typical alumina recipe?
No silica. Here, I can actually show you. If I just...
Oh, okay. That's right. I remember at some point. Let's see. So
yeah, it creates about 50 silica per minute, which is honestly not even that much, but that is an entire line of resources then you have to create too.
Yeah, that's really frustrating.
Whereas like this uses like 200 to create 240 alumina solution, 120, 120. It's more efficient. I don't have to worry about silica, especially because I already have the full silica line set up for stuff. Yeah, the alternate recipes have been really helpful for getting a lot of this sort of stuff working. For example, circuit boards entirely working on silica right now because that is way easier to get than plastic.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic because you're avoiding silica in one of these as a byproduct, but then,
Yeah, but it barely creates anything, though. Like, 50 per minute is nothing. I'm creating, like, 1,000 per minute with my current line for silica.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just, okay, there's a drop in the bucket extra that I need to create an entire extra resource line for.
That's an entire small storage container, basically, right? Like, that's in a minute. Yeah.
No, it stacks up to, I think, to about 200.
Okay, yeah.
It's only like 5 slots. It was like 50, then but it's fairly efficient. I'm also
considerable
using
amount,
the cheap silica recipe, as you can see, because limestone is pretty easy to get. So I'm not even using all that much quartz here. I'm getting a lot of bang for my buck with this, and in fact, I could create even more. Like this is okay. I suppose it is actually starting to come up on the maximum here, but even then, it is. This is with just 2 normal quartz nodes. Two normal quartz nodes using, I think, only a mining Mark 1 unit. So it's going a long way.
Yeah, and I guess with this setup that you've got here, how do you detect the bottlenecks?
How do I detect bottlenecks? Pretty simple. You just go look at the line of machines. Are things flowing? See, this could be more. Or I could, I could create like more machines for that. I mean, I might want to go check to see if machines that are actually using that are working. Like, for example, don't need any more steel pipes, it seems. Yeah, don't need any more silica. I'm doing good on that. Bottlenecks right now, honestly, I know exactly what they are because it's very obvious. Plastic and rubber. Just hard to make that stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Also, I did totally forget to do this, too. Let me just...
Also, bottlenecks, I guess there's 2 ways you can use that where it's actually a resource, like, constraint. Or it can mean, okay, here's where there's too many things for the conveyor belts to handle. Like, I feel like
there's a few of that. That's why I'm not worrying too much about bottlenecks for right now, because I'm about to get the 780 conveyor belts, which will change a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. Especially as I also get the increased mining units too, the Mark IIIs. That is currently what we're looking at. Okay, so let me just see here right now. Oh, right, that's why I didn't scan that, because I was going to go get this, but now I can't.
Oh, okay.
Right. Well, okay, I'll just grab the smokeless powder. I already have oil production, so it's... I thought I had more.
Well, do you have like a lab where you can just make things kind of on command, like just...
Well, I mean, I have a oil refining section, so I'm just going to go take one of the refineries and switch it over into, to making smokeless powder.
Yeah, that's usually pretty straightforward. I could only...
Yep, just need to grab like one stack of this. In fact, you know what, I'll grab 2 stacks of this.
Is smokeless powder something that you use for anything, or is that just kind of like an intermediate step?
Is what?
Is smokeless powder something you actually use for anything, or is
you need to use it for bullets?
Okay.
Yeah, that plus copper sheets is how you create bullets. So I do actually need to have a good amount of that stuff. It's also how you create a lot of the higher tier bombs for stuff too. Of which I did do that one off screen. That and like the radio stuff is the only thing that I have done off screen so far.
Is the purpose of the bombs, like the nuclear bombs, to like wipe out like biomes?
Yeah, pretty much. Just used to get rid of all the trees and whatnot. Sorry, Lorax. Hey, it's really effective at doing that, trust me.
What is the product?
Like, you wouldn't even believe how effective nukes are at taking out trees.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of... Yeah, it's famously, like, but then they grow back, so the trees...
This one right here.
That round.
Oh, wait, no, I'd make the powder with... Here we go.
God, I searched the Lorax, and the first result is the film, not the book. I don't know what it bothers me.
I mean, the Lorax, of course, did have that whole Onceler thing. You heard about that, right? You heard about this? You hear about this?
The Onceler? I mean,
in the movie version, he became a Tumblr sexy man.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Let's see.
People were drawing themselves like dating them.
What was the point of the truffula trees? What do they actually... Is the product like a good tree?
I think that specifically it was like it's a very soft like material that grows on the branches.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like textiles.
Yeah, okay.
At least that was always my interpretation of it. I don't know. Maybe it just is also fuel, like oil or something.
Like corduroy or something. No, I think you're right. I think
like oil, like you find on a beach that turns old really quickly.
Oh yeah, of course. It's on a
I know that's what you were thinking, right? It's like, wait, how old does this oil turn?
How oiled does this oil turn? All right, no.
The answer, probably not much. I don't think old people are particularly more oily than younger people. In fact, younger people do have the whole, like, the puberty and everything, right?
God, who is watching this?
Oh, nobody. They all checked out after I did the synopsis for Oiled. After we could not let that... After I refused to let that go. We had an excuse. We had a reason why we could just not include it in an episode.
I watched the movie with the intention of making a better version of Oiled, and I'm like, no, honestly, this film is... It's not worse than what I said, but it was like, it wasn't a lot better.
I respect the fact that they did commit to the bit.
Like, it's one of those films where it's like, I respect the craft of filmmaking. I don't think it was like a bad movie. Like, they did a good job. Like, there's a great scene where when one of the characters is...
By the way, a pro tip for anybody playing Satisfactory, for some reason you can just kind of sometimes overload machines. So, for example, I just put 400 black powder in here. How?
Oh.
Why? I don't know.
Huh. That's interesting.
It's like I just accidentally did that one time, and I'm like, oh, that actually works.
Yeah.
Why?
The game,
And it doesn't always work, so I have no idea what the deal is.
It has a charming level of jank, this game, because it's just
absolutely.
Like things like you can make pretty silly like conveyor belt connections that don't make any logical sense. They go through like pure concrete, and it just works. That's fine. Honestly,
they're just totally okay with it.
I mean, I feel like Factorio is actually pretty punishing in that regard. There are tricks you can use, but it's really like it's pretty insistent that you have to have these things in this specific grid because otherwise it will, break your machines and stuff. You'll put things on that you don't intend to.
Do they actually have like drag and everything in there? Friction?
I don't think there's like friction. I could be wrong on that.
Okay, so it's one of those things where it's just like, oh, you're not going that hard into the realism, though, right?
Honestly, this is more realistic as a physical engine, just because like of the pipelines and stuff. Where they
the whole like 3D physical space does lead. I mean, it leads to me creating like this whole breadboard operation in the first place.
Yeah.
I was just talking about how efficient it is for quartz, and I am currently running out of it. Okay, well, fine. You proved me wrong.
Honestly, it would be really hard to do this kind of a setup. Not just literally the 3D, but like the breadboard setup doesn't make a lot of sense with Factorio. Like you can have.
Well, you don't have the Z-axis, right?
Yeah, you could have distribution nodes, but there's just so much you need to do, like so much stuff you need to move in any given space. Like you'd have to have like a superhighway basically of just moving of freight. And it's like it gets so elaborate and confusing. Not like this factory. This is totally straightforward. Honestly,
it's actually. I think that. Okay, you say that, but I think it is actually very straightforward. I told you before in the last episode that it's like you could set up this factory yourself if you wanted to.
Yeah, what I would say is I wasn't being sarcastic. This factory I've come to realize is incredibly complicated, but not really complex. It's got a lot of simple parts.
There's a lot of things going on, but they're all very simple to understand.
Once you understand, okay, this is an intermediate good, it goes to this other intermediate good. It's like
this is a produced object, it goes to this hole.
Yeah, exactly. It's about as complex as the enigma of Megara Fault.
Yes, you just walk in there and then you're all like, I want to play DDR.
Yeah. This is my hole. This is my niche.
Playing DDR. Yeah.
It fits me.
Never played DDR before.
I have. I'm not sure why. What the reference is here. This is like
because there's a famous image of the Amigara Fault where instead of saying dur say DDR, and he's dancing on a DDR pad.
Oh, okay. There you go.
There you go, everybody.
Thanks for explaining
I've inducted you into the old internet memes.
Yeah, Livy rizzed up.
Please enjoy. We have coffee over there. Bring in donuts on Thursdays.
Yeah, Livy rizzed up Baby Gronk.
That's me, rizzed up on a Saturday night. It's Saturday.
It's Saturday, yeah.
All right, let's finally equip this for the first time.
Day of Saturn. Oh, that's cool. I didn't remember.
Yeah,
that.
unique animations the first time you equip them, which is kind of why I wanted to make sure that I had it on screen here.
Yeah, good.
Even though it's like, that is kind of shooting myself in the foot in some ways. True.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised you
really could have used a better weapon a long time before this, let me tell you.
Yeah, so you're going to be doing the rifle pretty soon?
Yeah, as soon as the molecular analysis machine finishes up, stops cooking here.
Okay, yeah.
Should have more than enough smokeless powder, and then I can go right into... Actually, you know what I can do? I can go right into making the homing ammo specifically for it, because it requires high-speed connectors, of which I have that and, like, supercomputers and everything already being created.
Yeah, and in some sense, you don't want it to be kind of like... You don't want it to be a perfect synthetic machine. It's not that you don't want any storage. It's that... because it's
Well, what do we
nice to
got?
be able to say, hey, I want 100 high-speed connectors. Oh, I actually
Oh,
have
diluted fuel. It's not bad.
a lot of these.
I think I want the Alclad casing. This creates stuff.
Yeah.
It has another material, but it creates stuff at 112 per minute,
What's
which
the
is
standard?
pretty nice. Besides, diluted fuel. I'm not doing that much with fuel.
Well, like,
I already
what
got the
is
heavy fuel going on.
112.5 per minute. What is the normal one?
Let me take a look here. 60.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. And
3 to
copper-
create 2 casing. This is 20 to create 15 casing. So there you
Yeah,
go.
and you need
Slightly more
copper,
efficient
so
too on
it's-
top of that, because copper ingots not very difficult to create. I'm actually creating a lot of them right. No, don't do that. Don't want to wait another 10 minutes here.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's pretty much, honestly, that is like pretty much the 2 that I wanted there for like this level of stuff. Now I want to also get some stuff for creating nuclear energy, but that can wait.
Nuclear.
Yeah, nuclear. Because I'm planning to switch over entirely to nuclear energy because... No, it's a... There is a specific recipe here. Recycled plastic. 6 rubber turns into 12 plastic with the addition of a little bit of fuel. And you already create just the byproduct normally, the heavy oil residue, which can be turned into fuel. And then I can use that fuel to turn 6 rubber into twice as many. Into 1,000 barrels of oil. And that is kind of what I'm planning to do. That should make things a lot more efficient
so
around here.
You've got like a... Is it like a perpetual motion machine, or just turning your plastic into
No,
rubber?
I don't have the...
Or rubber into
I can't
plastic?
remember if there is a rubber version of that. Otherwise, like, yeah, we could just be shuffling together both of those and then just taking all the overflow.
So most of your... You mostly are not manufacturing plastic, you're mostly manufacturing rubber at this point?
Honestly, only thing I need plastic for right now is the supercomputer. But I do need quite a bit of it, so...
Yeah.
52 per minute is a lot.
Luckily, supercomputers are incredibly slow.
Yeah, look at them be so slow.
I mean, I guess the ingredients are going in there fast.
Good stuff. 76 coupons. Should
wait,
be
so
able to
you're
just go
just-
buy my way into the next couple tiers here at this
I'm
rate.
sorry, you're just throwing away all these supercomputers? Is that because
Yep.
they give an unusual amount
There they go.
of,
Wave goodbye.
that seems like an incredible waste of potential. Like, what are you, like a crypto miner?
You said yes. I mean, more or less. If cryptocurrency was tickets, was Chuck E. Cheese fun tickets.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
if
but
it-
whatever, man. Look, I can just go buy my way into the upper tiers now. But I'm just making more. Look, I got plenty more to make.
So, because I was gonna say, aren't supercomputers used for like the big,
Yeah, and when they
phase
are
stuff?
used, I will be making more of them, as you can see. Although we need to create some more computers here, it seems. Wonder what the holdup is on that. It looks like probably
What's the deal with
Titanium
that?
wire? That's surprising. I should go check on the supply lines for that.
I just feel like you're making all those supercomputers. You know, you could just like hoard them.
Nope,
Literally.
they're all gone.
Okay.
I destroyed them all in my greed.
Well,
There we go. By the time I
hope-
get back here, we'll have more. And then I'll
I hope
destroy
you have
all
a
those too.
Yeah. I hope you have a good idea of what you're doing with those tickets, because you just wasted that. Just
What do you
wasted
mean
all those
wasted? I got tickets.
tickets. What are you gonna use the tickets for?
I'm gonna buy my way to the next like milestones.
Oh, oh, you mean the objectives, or not the?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go buy all the stuff from the store and then get into the next objectives. I can't get the stuff to complete the phase, but I can get all the stuff to get like nuclear energy and everything working.
Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
I got 100 tickets out of that, man. All I had to do was just run it for a while. Actually, quite a while. It's 50 hours right now.
Doesn't the,
I spent a while setting up a lot of this stuff.
Doesn't the ticket thing like scale down though? Like we have to put in more and more resources to get the same.
Yeah,
tickets?
well, I'm planning to use this to make more and more resources.
Okay, fair enough.
The number goes up, baby. It never goes down.
We're all gonna make it.
We're all gonna make it. Also, oh, I have to actually have power to be able to get the tickets out of there. Come on, really? Fine. Give them to me, baby. You say that, but you just watch as I get like to the high tier of items and really have all of the resources and everything, and it is just going to be an incredible sort of deluge of tickets that I'm getting here.
Can you destroy the tickets? Can you sell the tickets for tickets? Or
I am not going to try. I need these.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, let's take a look at what I actually need here first before I even start doing this. Logistics would probably be pretty good. Although I could also save these. I don't know. I don't even have a lot of the stuff created just yet. Like, what would I really need more than anything else? Would want these. Oh, hey, a supercomputer. I can finally start making those.
Yeah, you can find...
Maybe I will actually just... Actually, I could probably get this one right now.
Yeah.
But I need to get uranium first. And I know where I want that, but...
I could use these to make supercomputers. You know how much I've always loved supercomputers.
Yeah, it's true.
Then just take the supercomputer. We'll take the mystery box.
I love the mystery box. It could be anything. Could even be money.
Well, then just take them. Yeah, etc.
All right, what else can I get right now? Just seeing with all the stuff I have unlocked. I got the Alclads. I might end up using most of the tickets to get Alclad sheets. Just so I can start replacing all of the current stuff.
Alclad sheets, is that...
Or I can make some supercomputers.
Oh, I know how much you like those supercomputers.
I do. Or I can make plastic. It's actually pretty cheap.
It seems like you just did like a really like inefficient conversion is my only problem.
You say that, but what else was I using those supercomputers for?
You could have used it to make supercomputers. You know how much you need supercomputers.
I do need those supercomputers so that I can destroy them to get more supercomputers.
Yeah, and by destroying them, you ruined your chance.
I got a bunch of tickets which I can trade in for supercomputers.
This is like dumber than that other bit we had. Like,
we have so many dumb bits. We just did a synopsis of the fake movie Oiled earlier.
You could use the supercomputers to climb Mount Everest.
I could? Really? And I could tell a story about that.
The story of the story. Of
Yeah. It's like, look, that's a Mr. Show reference, everybody. We made our quota.
Yeah. I mean, I know. I'm just, yeah.
Anyway, back to it. So we're going to go get rifle, and then I'm going to go shoot a bunch of... I didn't even get the high-speed connectors. Well, okay, I have some right now, so maybe that'll work. I totally forgot that one of the reasons why I was going up there was to get high-speed connectors in the first place, and then I didn't. You distracted me with your supercomputer trickery.
That was an unusually stupid bit. Yeah.
Or an unusually tricky bit. Think about that.
I was trying to trick you, but not in that way.
By the way, what's going on over here? Oh, wow. I gotta, that's, again, supposed to be the bottleneck. Oh no.
Oh.
Wow, I guess I'm doing a good job.
God, I can't believe you spent all that time like going over my version of Oiled, and then I also watched the movie on which it's based.
Didn't get this one.
But I mean, we just wasted so much time off screen. Like this wasn't even for streaming. This was just like, okay, we did.
Do you think we need
bit.
to subject the people at home to that? Besides, you were also going to spoil it, so I had to stop you there.
Yeah, that's true. Like this was all an elaborate.
Bam, baby, and then also, I can get this right now. Hell yeah, dude. That's the last one I'm getting from the molecular analysis machine to actually get extra save slots as soon as the autosave works.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at him peering. Oh, so much space.
That
Still
is
not enough, though.
Yeah.
It's never enough.
Well, it's never enough, yeah. You get more space, and you just like, well, I need more.
More space, more problems. That's what they say.
Yeah. Most baits, more problems.
Wait, no, damn it, I forgot again. Not that. whichever one that I'm trying to take out here. Yeah, there it is.
Wow.
Damn it. Well, see you in another 10 minutes, I suppose. Homing
You need
ammo.
500. You need 500 rebar. Yeah.
Not a problem, though.
Are you just gonna sit down and construct 500 of these? Oh, I guess it's pretty fast. Yeah, never mind.
It's pretty fast.
15 at a time.
You get 15 at a time, and I already have all the materials for this. But I should also see, like, what do I need for this now? Of course, it's always the screws. You need screws for no other construction of buildings, and now... But you do need it for construction of equipment. Anyway, 250, I can do that real quick.
That tracks.
Yeah, but that's like, I don't want to track. I want to... You know what I can also do here? You know what's probably way easier? No. All right, baby. Steel screws. Let's do it.
Oh, wow.
650 per minute. Sounds good. Now start making me that ammo.
Yeah, there's so many different kinds of screws in the world. Have you ever, like, had to do this? Like, you know...
Do you know what my job is currently?
I was going to say you're doing construction. It's like, you need, like... There's all
no,
kinds
it's installation.
Oh, it's installation, so even more. Like, you need specific screws.
Now, like,
Especially...
even on Friday there, I was dealing with just like, okay, we need, like, threaded steel screws or something for this job. And nobody knew what that was.
Yeah, you need to
go look it up online.
Self-tapping, counter-sink, stainless steel... Damn, like, it's just like all these different little options. And it's like, it apparently really matters. I don't know enough about the technical stuff. It feels like...
I do now!
It feels like for a lot of that, you could just get screws and...
Let's go, baby.
Like, oh, it wouldn't matter. It's like, but no, that won't fit. You ever try to, like, fix something and realize how complex, like...
Yes.
like, oh...
Okay, let's see the unique animation for this one.
That's neat. By the way, is that
and
like,
we're going. Let's do it.
By the way,
back to work.
What's up with that keychain thing on that? Is that like?
Hey, you're representing the company brand. Whatever.
Oh, I feel like that's like more of like, oh, that's like a safety key, like they have on treadmills. Like you can remove that.
No, they have like a little goofy thing. They have like the goofy wrench on the lightsaber too.
That's pretty neat. I didn't realize
that
was a wrench. Yeah.
Not that I'm even going to be using that too much because I have a gun now.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. I do have a gun now.
You don't want to bring a gun to a sword fight, or you do actually?
No, I want to bring a gun to a lot of these fights because gun is about as effective as you would expect it to be. Hey, look, they made this on the Unreal 4 engine. They are going to get work out of that engine.
Never bring a gun to a gunfight unless you're prepared to fight.
Yeah, never put your finger on the trigger unless you're prepared to fire it. Unless you're prepared to shoot off your entire dick and balls.
Don't pull that thing out unless you're planning to bang. Yeah.
Unless you're planning to shoot it right off.
Yeah.
Grab a couple of these just in case I want to go do ammo procurement on site. Because I might. Ammo goes fast for the gun. Let's just say that right now. Okay, let's go finish up the stupid aluminum thing. It's been an hour here, and we've gone over an entire movie premise, but still haven't set up aluminum production.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time waiting for you around here.
Yeah, been a long time since we rock and rolled.
No, I was doing the opening to Star Trek Enterprise.
Been a long time since you got that soul. Been a long time, been a long time, been a long, lonely time.
Lonely, 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 lonely.
Only the lonely.
Anyway, I do also have, like, my Yeah? Who was that? Oh, hey, look, I killed that guy in 5 seconds because I have a gun now. Actually, not even 5 seconds. That was significantly less than that.
Are you going to go to the swamp now and just...
Yes, and we're going to go finish... I'm going to go shoot all these cats to death. Spider cats to death. And then I'm also going to go finish up the the bauxite stuff, because that's what I was dancing around there while I was doing the whole oil thing.
Okay.
Did you not notice that there was an impure, normal, and pure node of bauxite that I was dancing around?
I did not notice that. I was too engrossed in my own great
In your own
premise.
in your own story.
In my own filth, yeah.
Which you somehow didn't, which despite finding it very interesting, you did not remember any details of, seemingly.
I mean, I remembered quite a few, but I remember I kept changing things. Because what I was doing is I was honestly trying to describe old, which I hadn't seen, and also,
But Jolly didn't even get to see what the, like, you promised an ancient oil-worshipping cult and or a high emissions radiation laboratory.
none of that, like, okay, so we've got a
None
whole
of which appear in the movie.
Oh, so we've got a character that's missing, and we've got two premises that we wanted to explore. Oh,
by the way, that area over there, I guess I never actually explained, that's where another one of the radio towers would go. Okay. There.
But you need to
just in
clear it
case
out
people
first.
at home are wondering, why is there a big warning sign on the map?
But yeah, I mean, it's we would have Jolly do that. He would go through the ancient oil worshipping people and the ancient, the government.
The ancient government site.
See this ancient site? It's an ancient government site. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a normal government site. Got you now. Not gonna get me here.
Well, the Polynesians actually discovered nuclear energy in the 1300s and in the South Pacific. They discovered.
Yeah?
That if you
Anybody else? Yeah? Okay, here you come.
Okay.
Not for long, though. Damn, am I still gonna die anyway? I might. These things are really powerful, not gonna lie.
This is really compelling to watch.
Damn it!
But
Yeah, me
so
fighting cat JPEGs.
do you have to shoot them in like the center because of the
No, they're just really what's the word I'm trying to think of? Elusive. Damn it! It was the poison gas.
It's
I was trying to get out of it, but I just couldn't. Every time I tried to go anywhere, and it's like if I stood still, try and get in between them, I would have just gotten killed by the spiders. Cats.
It's cool that you can. Yeah, first of all, it's cool that you can see the train from your window. That feels like a really realistic. Not in a bad
Yeah,
way,
why not
like,
set
really.
it up like that, right? That was not intentional, but I did it.
Yeah.
If I had the homing ammo, that would have been way better because it was just homed right in on the cats, and I wouldn't have even had to deal with them for the most part.
By the way, are you totally screwed, or did you have like a contingency plan for when you die?
My contingency plan is that I'm going to go grab all my stuff.
Okay.
Actually, like here's the thing. I do have contingency plans, but that kind of went out the window due to me dying constantly over here. Well, if I show the crates. Due to me dying constantly over here. There's all my contingency plans lying on the ground.
Well, you need to have a contingency plan for when your contingency.
And I did, and it's also lying on the ground.
Well, even a third level of contingency. Oh, that also. Yeah.
Who watches The Watchmen?
Qui custodian.
Yes, exactly. That's what I just said that.
Are you mad at me? No.
I am.
Listen, this is as good a commentary as I can do. Like, if anything, it's better because we're not focused on the actual commentary. We're just focused on,
I'm focused on getting my stuff back. I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, you're screwed. You're not going to get that stuff
I am
back.
going to get that stuff back. I guarantee it. I'm like the Men's Warehouse guy.
Even if it takes all day.
That's a reference for, I think, probably people who watch local television in the Midwest.
Does local television even exist? Yeah, no, that's just stupid.
Yeah, network television is still out there, though I think it lost a lot of viewership due to the switchover from the signal to digital.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that.
And, of course, just the internet.
Yeah, well, also the network wars left the network.
Oh, the network wars. They should be huddling together in fear of the grand old internet.
Yeah. Fox inflicted damage on the other three networks.
But was it enough? No, it was the internet that did them in.
With its delightful family, The Simpsons.
Yes, exactly. Just like us. That's what we do here.
Yeah.
With our great podcast.
We're taking on the establishment of...
All we need to do is just go get sponsored by like a mattress company or a like glasses company or like a shaving company or something, and we've made it big time, baby. Actually, this is the internet. We're probably going to be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, so hope you're ready for that.
Is it that like it's a gotcha kind of game?
Yeah. It's a mobile. It's one of those like a casual idle mobile games. That's It's funny that it's mostly known for being advertised a lot. Is that a measure of success or a measure of failure on the point of the point of the game itself?
Like, are those mattresses...
If you were John Raid Marketing, would you say you did a good job or a bad job?
By the way, are those mattresses even good? Are the shaves?
I got no idea.
Are the razors even good? It's really weird because it's almost like they've been saturated in the marketing, and it's like I don't have any idea if they're actually apparently they're
I
German
do
quality.
respect the marketing though, because it's just like you could have probably paid like 10 times as much to get like the same marketing on like a Google or Facebook or whatever, and yet instead you just paid $1,000 to like three chuckle nuts to talk about it for 10 minutes on their podcast.
Yeah, I feel like that is a quality value proposition, because I feel like
And look, I know what Raid Shadow Legends is.
I mean, I could tell from some of the I try to like think back where it's like, okay, I'm watching these ads. What demo is this targeted at? And a lot of them are just like really, really wealthy people who travel all the time. Well, I mean, middle class people who travel all the time, who have
middle class is basically wealthy now.
Yeah, in the United States.
I'd love to be middle class.
Yeah, you're like, shout out to all the potential employers who could put me there.
Hey, would you want somebody who can summarize a movie in 10 minutes, a fake movie in 10 minutes? Is this a marketable skill set?
Yeah, we're gonna go hard into Well, you gotta be your own entrepreneur. You gotta monetize.
I already am.
Yeah,
I file taxes as that.
Do you actually have like an LLC or a pass-through or something?
No, but it's like I do file taxes as a like the videographer, private business owner sort of thing.
Oh, cool. You're a cinematographer.
Cool, but I pay like $1,000 taxes, and I haven't gotten a refund for the last however many years.
Yeah, I think there's some weird like self-employment tax where you don't get like whatever.
Oh yeah, it's like YouTube doesn't take money out for the government.
Mm-hmm.
I just give me the money I have, and I'm like, thanks YouTube. Ah!
What the hell? How did that do so much damage to you?
It's a very powerful cat. Okay, you know what? Let's go make some of the infrastructure that I need to do the aluminum, or in the episode, whatever you feel like.
Okay. Let's see what you do. Yeah.
Let's end the episode.
No. I think we're just getting started, baby. We're
I'm gonna give them something to talk about. All right, so we're gonna go 1, 2. Let's say about 3. That will be 9 refineries. Let's say another 3 here. That's gonna be way too many for actually processing the alumina. It's creating, processing the alumina. And then I need assemblers for actually 6 probably for actually doing the creating the ingots themselves, right?
Yeah.
Let me take a look. Yep. There we go. It's actually a foundry. Okay. That makes sense. They are ingots after all. So then,
whatever an ingot is.
that was the wrong one.
Oh, a block of... Oh, so Yeah, an ingot like they would have at Fort Knox.
Yes, exactly
Okay.
that. I'll just get 10. Why not?
I always
That's probably too many.
I always thought those were just called bars. Like, oh, you've got a bunch of bars.
They are bars.
Yeah.
If you were to consider them to be a bar, they are in fact that.
Yeah.
By the way, do I have the next wacky molecular analysis machine thing done? Maybe I can get something good.
The man.
Speaking of gotcha, here we go. Probably missed that when it was, dying via cats.
What is biocoal? Like,
Oh boy, I can turn biomass into coal.
yeah, that sucks because there's no way to really get that into a...
You can't automate biomass. You can't do farming in this game.
Yeah.
Smart plating, not really all that useful. I don't really... Like, honestly, smart plating's not that difficult to create in the first place. I'd rather just do the reinforced iron plates and mold.
Yeah, because it's at the level 1. Like, it's pretty easy at this point.
And at this point in time, compact to coal, I'm already making that. This would be I think this would be a more effective use of resources, but would still be slower than the current steel ingots that I'm using. That second one there, grading them at 60 per minute.
It's the same recipe, it's just more efficient and less...
No, it's compacted
fast.
coal, so I need to use sulfur for that.
Oh, okay. So that's not great, but probably the best one to have as an option. But you probably...
Yeah, I would probably end up using it if I find myself running low on coal, but given how I'm playing this playthrough, that shouldn't really come up, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I should be drowning in coal by the end of this. I should be creating, like, I should be creating, like, a nuclear pasta, like, one every like, 10 seconds or something by the end of this. Okay. Which would be hard to do. That's a lot of copper.
Nuclear pasta, is that the cube, the fourth cube?
Yep, the one with... That is pure neutrons, baby, compressed into a high-tech cube.
Okay.
So powerful that it actually warps space around it. If you look at it when it's on like the conveyor belt, you can actually see, it like distorts the rest of the view.
Oh, that's neat.
It is.
Yeah.
I need 1,000 of them. And I'm going to make more because that's kind of the entire crux of this dumb playthrough, right?
Uh-huh.
That we're doing a lot of stuff, baby. Getting the nitrogen might be good, because I know from previous playthroughs that there's nitrogen already over here. Not here. Already over here. Like, basically this area right here, there is nitrogen gas. And I'm going to go pick that all up. I'm going to bottle it up, because I'm using the packagers. And then I'm going to throw that directly into the train, bring it back here, get it nice and processed pretty much immedately. I was actually... And in previous playthroughs, I did set up... You remember how I redid the factory here yet again?
I think I remember what you're talking about.
You remember one of the 7 times that I redid the factory? Okay, you know what? I'm just going to go over here instead. One of the 7 times that I redid the factory. Well, one of those I did actually have the full monorail path over to the bauxite all set up, but then I decided to redo everything.
Oh. Okay.
Yep.
That tracks.
Yeah, that's given what I know about you, that makes sense.
Yes.
Oh, this one's gonna be kind of long, but should be able to get everything here pretty easily. Just unfortunately not as fast as I could if I was able to get my stuff back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay, actually, the reality is there is an easy way to get my stuff back now that I'm thinking about it. And that is, simply put, spiders do not attack vehicles.
You wouldn't hit a man with glasses.
You wouldn't hit a man that's in a car.
Yeah, I mean, famously, safaris are never...
never been any issue with any one of those ever for any reason.
You never have to worry about the animals attacking you when you're in the vehicle. They fear it.
Certainly not. Or like leaning in and licking your face or something.
Yeah, one of my tricks is to... Yeah, no, I was gonna say, I wonder if those cars, if they just had, a bit of, a fire constantly going on the sides, if that would detract animals.
So if you create, a Mad Max-style vehicle...
Yeah, exactly. With fire all along the sides and back and front. It's like that would scare animals away.
If you lit the car on fire,
Yes.
I think that might work.
I think I've just solved this problem forever.
Finally, people have been, build. That's what they say. Build a better safari car, and the world will come knocking at your door.
Everyone's always trying to figure out this problem. Well,
Nobody has said that. That's again for the octogenarians.
I saw this is like a Gordian knot. It's like I'm like King Solomon.
That's you, modern King Solomon.
I'm a modern King Solomon, and that I'm known for slicing children in half.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
Oh, is that not cool?
No, I just have some tips on how to do it better.
Oh, okay, more efficient. I guess you've been doing this manufacturing thing, so I guess that would make it probably. If you figured out some. Like,
here we go.
You figured out some tricks.
I'm glad I got a few out here. I don't have to grab an entire stack of 50 of them. All right, and 5 more crystal oscillators, and we should be good to go. Just start running into spiders.
It doesn't make sense that heavy modular frames and modular frames have the same stack size because it's heavier.
Yeah, but you keep things in like a bag of holding in the first place. I don't find it egregious.
Yeah. I'm just trying to pass the time with this banter. That wasn't
pass the time for what?
Until you've beaten this game in 200 hours or whatever.
In 200 hours. Yeah, I think that's probably about how long it's going to take. Took me 300 hours the first time.
Didn't you say you were planning? Oh yeah, improving by 50%. Didn't you say that? Like
50%? No, that's the exact same amount of time. I as of right now, I'm currently on a gold split. Being in phase 4 and all that. Gold split is the good one if you're doing speedrunning.
Yeah, I actually knew that term for some reason.
Oh, really? Hey, finally. Wait. Of your limited knowledge of video games, you know about speedrunning jargon?
Yeah, no, because when they do it on Twitch or something, and they have like the
yeah, I know. I also watch speedrunners on Twitch, but still.
I know. I'm explaining why.
Why do you watch speedrunners on Twitch? Is the real question, and not me.
I mean, I've watched like some of those like summoning salt videos about people.
Well, the real answer is because you haven't streamed on Twitch in over a week.
Doc.
Yeah, I should probably get back to that again, but the factory calls.
I mean, well, this is one of the most popular games in the world right now, the Satisfactory game.
I'm hoping that maybe having that new update will kind of like get some more people to. Oh no, I'm going to be putting up oiled at that time. Oh, I made a grievous judgment, an error in judgment.
Man, this was primed to go big, but then you had to ruin it with the oiled episode.
It's your premise for a movie.
I mean, I think it's quite good as a movie. I think we could make it. It would be a better get M. Night Shyamalan on the phone. And
as directed by Midnight Solomon, who is definitely not an Alan Smithy version of M. Night Shyamalan.
That's pretty good. Yeah, actually, like that's
Look, we can just tell him that he doesn't actually have to sign his name on it, but he does have to direct the movie.
I think requiring him to do an Alan Smithy.
And if he asks why he needs to direct the movie, then we just kind of like mumble something and run off.
It kind of makes me want to watch. I watched his. Was it Split? Was that him? Did he?
Yeah, that's like the Netflix one.
No, Split was. Well, maybe I don't know. I watched. It was like the second of the. It was a sequel to Unbreakable.
I mean, I think that it was just shown to be in the same universe as Unbreakable or something like that. Which I think is a spoiler, actually, so good job, idiot.
No, I was going to walk that back.
Well, a little too late now.
We can cut that out in the editing.
No.
All right. Well, then,
unless you want to edit this video.
Okay, fine. I guess I just spoiled Split.
Okay, I'll give you the MP4 and everything.
Oh, you can't spell...
Expect it on my desk by Tuesday.
In fairness, you can't spell spoiled without split.
True.
That's my spelling bee championship knowledge.
Yeah.
And my knowledge of anagrams, which got me to regionals.
Your knowledge of anagram from Deadly Premonition.
It's a brilliant character named Anagram.
By the way, it never actually came up in the game. You would think that somebody with a name like that would have some sort of more meaning.
You would think, but
no, that's the problem. You didn't think. Actually, just go walk over there. Don't really need to get in the car until I, I'm actually at the swamp.
This game is so frustrating for mobility until you get like the jetpack and stuff. It's just like you really...
Which I had up until a few seconds ago.
I know.
So, whose fault is that?
You used to have
Mr.
a fast
Oiled.
car. Oh, you're getting screwed. All right.
Oh, whatever. I'm in a car now. Nothing can stop me.
Yeah.
Except for poisonous gas. I should probably start making gas masks at this point, but,
Well, then you'll
come
just
on.
die.
I didn't actually destroy any of those. Unfortunately, now I'm getting killed by poisonous gas. And I don't. Doing a good job here. Is this episode over?
This episode might be over, yeah.